Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Jeremy. This is Strange Radio is back for another CD collection update. Went CD shopping today. Found a few cool things. English, difficult. Mostly new stuff is what I got from this trip. Let's just get right into it. So first up, I think we're going alphabetically on this. Yeah, I think so. Clutch. Book of Bad Decisions. There's the album there. This just... Oh, God, watch the mic. This is just the regular version. There's a deluxe edition, but I didn't see the need to get that. Huge fan of Clutch. What drew me into the band was Neil Fallon's fantastic lyricism. Great lyricist. This album, sort of in the vein of the last couple of just sort of straight ahead rock and roll. They don't get as weird and esoteric in the lyrics, although, I mean, that's still there. That's always going to be there. I'll be honest, though, the first two singles I heard from this album had me a bit scared, a bit worried, because I really didn't like them. And truth be told, after having listened to the full album, I still don't really like them that much. How to Shake Hands and Hot Bottom Feeder, both kind of novelty tracks that really don't sit well with me. However, they're easily the two worst tracks on the album, which is bizarre why they would be released as singles. I don't know why that was done, but the third single I heard was In Walks Barbarella, and that sort of cemented, like, okay, this is probably not going to be so bad. And yeah, the rest of the album, other than those two tracks, the rest of the album is just a solid Clutch rock and roll album. I do dig the track Emily Dickinson. That's actually pretty cool. Next, also a 2018 release, Death Grips, Year of the Snitch. Honestly, haven't listened to this thing in full yet. When it came out, I listened to it on Spotify, let's say, and I think I got about halfway through, if that. And yeah, Death Grips. I don't like this as much as Bottomless Pit from the front half, but you know, I think it's going to be the same as with pretty well every other Death Grips album, in that it's going to take a while. I'm going to have to sit with it for a few months before it grows on me. Every other Death Grips album that I've heard, and I haven't listened to all of them, but every other Death Grips album I've heard, it's taken me a while to get into. So I have no doubt that even though You're the Snitch so far is... ask me in a year, and I'll probably have a much favorable view of it. That's just the way it works for me in Death Grips. Oh yeah, also a new release in hip-hop. Not quite Beastie Boys, but it looks like it. Eminem, Kamikaze. Surprise album, sort of, out of nowhere. Oh man, that MGK disc dropped yesterday? Yeah, from when I'm filming this, dropped the 14th. God. But yeah, this album, it's half amazing and half meh. But like, the first three tracks on this are fucking dope. The Ringer, Greatest, and Lucky You featuring Joyner Lucas, those three tracks are really fucking good. Continuing in the alphabetical order of things, it is shocking I don't own this album and have never owned this album in my life. This is Fallen, the debut by Evanescence. When this came out, it was 2003? I was 15 years old. The prime age for this kind of stuff. And the first four tracks were all huge hits. Going Under, Bring Me to Life, Everybody's Fool, My Immortal. All four songs I loved. Why I never got around to buying this album, I don't know. Yeah, just one of those things. I enjoyed it. It was everywhere. Maybe that was the reason I didn't get it. It just was everywhere. That album permeated through my adolescence. So I finally got myself a copy of it. And I have no shame in going back and re-listening to some of that old new metal material from the late 90s, early 2000s. Some of it I enjoy, some of it I don't. But the stuff I do enjoy, I enjoy shamelessly. You know? Coming up next, Ariana Grande, Sweetener. Hmm. Um, yeah, fuck. Ariana Grande is an artist I've never even cared about or thought about ever. And I really hadn't until The Light Is Coming dropped. And I forget why I went and watched the video. I think I saw a clip of it and it really intrigued me. And so I went and I watched the thing, and goddamn, that song just stuck in my head for months. And God is a Woman dropped shortly after that, and I liked that too. Again, I'm about halfway through this album. I was actually listening to it just before I started this. And this might be pop album of the year for me. I'm really digging this. It's actually making me want to go re-listen to her older stuff to see if maybe I've been sleeping on her. Maybe I've missed some things here. Because I just sort of disregarded her as a pop singer that was of no artistic credibility, but I'm feeling I'm wrong on that one. So far, it's been really good. In a slightly different direction, Immortal's new album, Northern Chaos Gods. Holy fuck, when I first heard the title track, oh god, this thing just unrelenting fucking black metal. And I wasn't sure how this was going to go with, what's his face? Abat not being in the band anymore. You know, it was either going to be fucking amazing or it was going to be probably garbage. And it turned out being pretty fucking amazing. So yeah, Northern Chaos Gods. And don't tell anybody, because I'll lose my metal cred, but this is the first Immortal album I own. I didn't even realize that. I don't own any other Immortal CDs. That's fucking weird. You know, I've never had this on a list of things to get, but when I saw it in the store, and on sale even, I was stoked. Yet it never would have crossed my mind to pick it up. Unless I saw it firsthand, which I did. This is a three disc set. It's the Absolutely Essential series, which I know, you know, isn't great, but it gives you 3 discs of material from an artist, which not bad for a handful of dollars, a fistful of dollars. The band this time is The Shadows, with 3 discs of their greatest hits. Shadows, fucking killer 60s instrumental rock band. You've heard them. You've definitely heard their music, even if you don't know who they are. One of those bands. And yeah, I don't know. Yeah, they were never on my list of bands. Like, none of their albums were on my radar, really. I wasn't ever going to go out of my way to find them. But every once in a while, I'll find myself on a YouTube binge. Just Shadow songs, one after another, because they have a really interesting sound to their contemporaries. They were really good. Really interesting instrumental rock, pop rock kind of stuff. The last 2, for those of you who know, this is to be expected. For those of you who don't, I'm a huge Frank Zappa fan, and I'm on a mission to get his entire discography on CD. I'm doing pretty well. To add to that, we have Joe's Menage, which is the 4th disc in the Joe's series, the Joe Travers sort of rare cuts series. It's alright. The Joe's series of CDs, they're kind of weird. A lot of behind-the-scenes sort of studio outtakes, live cuts that Frank never really wanted to put on an actual album. But yeah, just, you know, these Joe's Menage, Joe's Corsage, Joe's Dommage, etc. These CDs are just weird miscellaneous things cobbled together. And the last one here, Frank Zappa, again, have not listened to this one yet. This is old Mothers of Invention era, 1968, I think. Yeah. This is Frank Zappa, The Road Tapes, Venue 1. This is from Kerrisdale Arena, Vancouver, British Columbia, August 25th, 1960. Oh shit, that's my birthday. I mean, 20 years before I was born, but August 25th. My birthday. Cool. Yeah, so I haven't listened to this one yet, but this is late 60s Mothers of Invention era Frank Zappa. And that's it. That's all for today. Yeah, picking up some new stuff, getting some old stuff that has been missing for quite some time in my collection. If you have opinions on any of these records, let me know below. And which one of these do you think is more menacing? I'm leaning towards Immortal, but Ariana Grande, you know? This has been Strange Radios. Stranger Audios.